Story 1. The snap came from inside the house. It was 11:49 p.m. when Ava got the snap. She had just brushed her teeth, crawled into bed, and was scrolling half awake through her Snapchat inbox when she saw it. A blurry photo sent by an unknown account. No username, just pending. Like the sender had blocked her right after sending it. The image wasn't terrifying at first glance. It showed a hallway, dark, slightly out of focus, but something about it felt familiar. She tapped to zoom, and that's when her chest tightened. The carpet in the photo, the torn pattern on the left side, the crooked light fixture on the ceiling. It was her hallway, her house, taken from the bottom of her stairs. She froze, completely still in bed. The room was dark. Her phone trembled in her hand. She didn't want to look up, because if someone was in her house, they could be outside her door right now. She didn't scream, didn't move, just sat frozen, ears tuned to every creak in the walls. Her parents were asleep downstairs. She debated calling them, but instead, she opened her camera app, quietly, and zoomed in on the hallway outside her door, with the lens barely peeking above the blanket. Nothing, just darkness. She waited and waited. No sound.
No breathing. No shadows.
She finally convinced herself maybe the photo was old. Maybe someone was playing a prank. Maybe her house had a similar layout to someone else's. To ease her paranoia, she got up and checked the hallway. No one. She checked every room. All clear. But just as she was about to lock her bedroom door again, her phone buzzed. Another snap. Same user. Still pending. It was a video this time, 10 seconds long. She opened it with shaking hands. The footage was filmed in a first-person view, someone walking down a hallway. Her hallway. The sound of footsteps, heavy breathing, a low, glitchy chuckle, and at the very end, the camera turned slowly toward a bedroom door. Bedroom door. The video stopped 1 second before the person touched the knob. She screamed, bolted out of her room, phone in hand, and woke up her parents. They called the police. Cops searched the house. Every corner, every door, every attic panel. Nothing. The doors were still locked. No sign of forced entry. The detective on site asked for the username. She showed him the pending sender. He took a photo and promised to run it through Snapchat's investigative team. They changed the house locks. Ava slept in her parents' room for days. But then, for nights later, she received a Snapchat memory notification. 1 year ago today, she opened it. It was a photo from her old dog who passed away last summer. She smiled sadly, tears welling up, until she saw something in the background. Reflected in the glass behind her bed was a face. Not hers, not her parents', just watching, and it wasn't smiling. Story 2. The Bitmoji that wouldn't stop moving. Jake was up late again, just past midnight, scrolling mindlessly through Snapchat when he opened Snap Map to check where his friends were. He was home alone that week. His parents were out of state, and Snap Map was his way of feeling less isolated, watching those tiny little Bitmojis scattered across town like dots on a board game. He zoomed out to look at his friend group. Everyone was either at home or offline, except for one. His own Bitmoji was moving, not just blinking or sitting idle. It was walking, heading down a street across town. Jake stared at it, confused. He wasn't using a VPN. He wasn't logged into another device. His location should have shown him at home, lying in bed. He refreshed the app, still moving, from Elm Street to Granger Avenue. Then it stopped. At a cemetery. Jake's heart was pounding. He texted his friend Ben. "Hey, is my Snap Map glitched? It's showing me moving to a graveyard, lol." Ben replied in seconds. "Dude, WTF? I was gonna ask you that. Your Bitmoji passed my house like 10 minutes ago." Jake immediately closed and reopened the app. Still there, his Bitmoji standing still now, right inside the local cemetery gate. He zoomed in. There was a weird flicker on the map, like static, or like the Bitmoji was glitching. Then it disappeared. Gone. No location. Just gray last seen text. Jake tried logging out and back in. Still nothing. He turned off location, then back on. Snapchat wouldn't let him re-enable ghost mode. It glitched out every time he tried. Then his phone buzzed. Snap received. From his own account. It said, "Look behind you." He froze. The room was silent except for the buzzing of his ceiling fan. He didn't dare move, didn't want to look, but curiosity got the best of him. He turned the front camera on. Slowly, nothing, just his dark room in the background. He chuckled nervously. Maybe Ben was messing with him. Maybe it was all some dumb prank. He went to snap Ben. Then he saw it. The message history with Ben was gone. All the past snaps, all the chats, all their streaks. His account showed 0 conversations. And then another snap arrived. Picture, blurry, almost like it was taken through a fogged lens. It showed a pair of feet standing at the foot of a bed. Jake's bed, same sheets, same floor, but it was taken from the ceiling, as if someone or something had crawled up the wall and taken it looking down. He leapt out of bed, flicked the lights on, and screamed. No one, no camera, no one behind him, but on the ceiling, barely visible in the light, were fingerprints, dusty smears across the white paint, leading straight above his bed. He deleted Snapchat that night, but the next morning, he woke up to a familiar notification. Your Bitmoji has been spotted near you. Snapchat was no longer installed. Story 3. I saw myself in someone else's Snapchat story. It started as just another night for Claire. Snacks, phone, music, and mindless scrolling. She was lying in bed when a Snap notification popped up. At Ashley _ added to their story. She didn't recognize the name. They weren't in her contacts. Curious, she tapped it open. It was grainy vertical video taken from a party. Loud music, red lights, drunk people dancing in the background. But her blood ran cold the second she saw the girl in the foreground. It was her, Claire. Same hair, same black hoodie she was wearing right now, same phone case in her hand, except the girl wasn't filming. She was just standing there, still, staring directly into the camera, expressionless. Claire slammed her phone down and looked around her room. Alone, safe, no party. She replayed the video, paused, zoomed in. No doubt, it was her. Claire tried tapping the user profile. Blocked. She checked the Snap again. It had disappeared, like it never existed. She tried reverse searching the username. No results.
No mutuals.
Thinking maybe someone edited her face into the video using AI, she tried posting about it on Reddit. The responses chilled her. You've been shadow mirrored. Happened to my cousin. Someone was pretending to be her for months. They say if you see your double online, something bad is about to happen. She didn't believe in urban legends, but she felt sick to her stomach. That night, her friends started messaging her. Hey, I thought you weren't going to that party? Saw your Snap earlier? Who was filming you? Are you okay? You looked off, but she hadn't posted anything. Nothing on her story.
No saved memories.
She checked Snap Map. Her Bitmoji was showing in an abandoned apartment complex on the east side of town. Miles away, she hadn't even left the house. Then she got another Snap, this time from her best friend. It said, "What game are you playing? You were just at my window." Claire called her immediately. "No, I swear I'm home. What did you see?" Her friend replied, "You, just standing there, not moving, just watching." Claire sat frozen in her room. Then her door creaked open slightly. No wind, no windows, and on the floor was her phone. But she was already holding her phone. Story 4. The Snapchat came from a dead account. Ethan hadn't touched Snapchat in weeks. After losing his childhood friend, Mark, in a motorcycle accident 3 months earlier, he'd gone mostly offline. The grief was too heavy, especially when he kept seeing old Snap memories of them laughing, goofing around, living like life was guaranteed. But tonight, out of nowhere, he got a notification. Mark just sent you a Snap. He thought he was seeing things. Maybe it was a different Mark. He tapped. It was his mark. Same Bitmoji. Same username. No changes. And the message was chilling. Simply read, "Hey man, still up?" Ethan dropped the phone. It landed on the carpet as 1,000 thoughts raced through his head. Mark's account had been deleted after his death. His family confirmed it. How the hell? He slowly picked the phone back up. The message had vanished. Heart-pounding, Ethan went to his chat list. Nothing. No active conversation with Mark. The thread didn't exist. He even searched the username. No results. Just a fading memory. He thought he was losing his mind. But a few minutes later, his phone buzzed again. Another snap from Mark. This time, a photo. It was blurry, dark, but the background was familiar. It was a picture of Ethan's driveway, taken from the sidewalk. The timestamp said, 1 minute ago. He ran to the window, looked outside. Nothing. He locked all doors and stayed up all night. The next morning, he talked to Mark's brother. Is there any way someone could still be using Mark's account? The brother looked disturbed. No. I personally requested Snapchat delete it. They confirmed it was removed. Why? Ethan showed him the screenshot. His brother turned pale. That photo, that's where he crashed. That's the same angle the police showed us. Story 5. She turned on ghost mode, but they still found her. Lexi always felt safe using ghost mode on Snapchat. It was her favorite feature, the one thing that gave her peace of mind while still using the app. No one could see her location, not even her closest friends. After a weird incident with an ex a few months ago, she always made sure ghost mode was on. But one night, while home alone during a rainstorm, something terrifying happened. She got a snap from an account with no profile picture and a name she didn't recognize. At watching Undersearch, it wasn't on her friends list. She opened it anyway. It was a video filmed at night from inside a car. The camera slowly zoomed in on her apartment complex, on her exact building. The headlights flashed once. Then the video ended. She screamed and shut her phone off. How did they find her? Ghost mode was still on. Lexi didn't sleep that night. She kept the lights on, the blinds closed, and a kitchen knife under her pillow. She checked the snap again.
No username.
No chat history. She blocked the account. The next day, she contacted Snapchat support, asking if her location could have been shared by accident. They said no. Ghost mode was working properly, but she wasn't convinced. That evening, another snap came in, this time from a different account. No name.
No Bitmoji.
The video showed her car, parked in the garage under her building. The caption said, "Cute air freshener." She hadn't even posted her car on social media. She didn't tell anyone where she lived. This was personal. Someone had been watching her. She deleted Snapchat, got a new phone, switched numbers, changed apartments. Months went by. No messages.
No Snapchats.
Until one night, her roommate said, "Hey, were you on Snap Map earlier?" Lexi's heart dropped. She hadn't reinstalled Snapchat. Her roommate held out her phone. There on Snap Map, Lexi's Bitmoji, standing alone, just outside their apartment. Story 6. Snapchat called her, but no one was online. Mia was on a video call with her cousin via Snapchat one evening. It was just before midnight, and they were laughing about old inside jokes and childhood stories. The call lasted over an hour. Then, all of a sudden, the screen glitched, a quick static flash, and her cousin's face disappeared for a second. Instead, there was a black screen.
No audio.
No face, just silence. Then a faint whisper came through the speaker. "Don't hang up."
Mia froze.
She asked, "Did you just say something?" The screen flickered again. Her cousin returned, looking confused. "Wait, what?" "You froze for like 10 seconds. Mia didn't say anything. They shrugged it off, ended the call, and said goodnight. Exactly 2 minutes later, Snapchat called again. Same cousin's name. But this time, when Mia answered, the voice whispered, "She's already gone. You're next." Mia screamed and threw the phone across the room. When she picked it up, the screen was normal again. No call.
No notification.
No record in her history. She immediately texted her cousin. No response. She called her, it went straight to voicemail. Worried, Mia contacted her aunt. Her cousin had been asleep the entire time. Never made the original video call. Never picked up the phone. Snapchat logs showed no outgoing calls. Even the snap they had supposedly exchanged earlier, gone. The profile image of her cousin's Bitmoji was now just a gray ghost. The next day, her cousin texted Mia. Hey, was your account hacked? I got a snap from you at 3:17 a.m. It was just a black screen with breathing sounds. Mia hadn't opened Snapchat since the call. She deleted her account that morning. But now, every few nights, she gets a Snapchat video call at exactly 3:17 a.m. The name? Unknown_3. And it always ends the same way. She's already gone. You're next. Story 7. The girl in the snap wasn't there in real life. Noah and his friends were hanging out at a late-night diner after a party. Joking around, taking selfies, and posting funny snaps to their stories. One of them, Olivia, decided to take a group snap using the front camera. They all leaned in, 5 friends, smiled, and the snap was posted. A few minutes later, someone on Olivia's story replied, "Who's the girl in the back?" They all looked at each other. There was no one else at their table. No other girls in the diner. Olivia opened her story to see what the person meant. Her hands went cold. Behind them in the photo, at the far left corner of the frame, was a young girl standing completely still. Long black hair, pale face, no expression. She hadn't been there. They zoomed in. The girl's eyes were locked onto Noah, and her arms hung unnaturally long, almost down to her knees. They all turned around in the booth to check if anyone was still sitting nearby. The table behind them was empty. They asked the waiter if anyone had been there earlier. "Nope," he said. "You guys have been the only ones in this section all night." They laughed it off nervously. Maybe it was a photo glitch. Maybe someone walked by just at the wrong moment. But then the snap disappeared from Olivia's story. She hadn't deleted it. It just vanished. The person who replied to it, their account was gone too. No username, no message history. Back at home, Noah couldn't sleep. He opened the snap again from his memories folder. And this time, the girl's head was tilted, like she had moved, just slightly. The next morning, Noah's mom found him unconscious on the bathroom floor, phone still in his hand. And in his phone's camera roll, in the deleted folder, was a photo taken at 3:16 a.m. A blurry, low-light photo of Noah sleeping, taken from inside his room. Story 8. Snapchat filter detected a face, but I was alone. Ava was bored during a quiet Sunday night, alone in her room. She opened Snapchat and started messing with filters. Puppy ears, big eyes, baby face, just to kill time. Suddenly, the camera froze for a second. And then, a second filter face appeared, next to hers. But there was no one beside her, just empty air. She moved the phone slightly. The filter stayed locked onto nothing. Same smiling dog ears, same blinking eyes, as if something invisible was standing beside her. Ava laughed nervously and turned off the app. But then her phone buzzed. A notification. Face detected. Auto capture saved to memories. She hadn't taken a photo. Snapchat had done it by itself. Ava opened memories. The photo was blurry, taken at the exact moment the second face appeared. There it was. Next to her head, a faint outline. Not a filter. A real pale face, almost transparent.
No pupils.
Just watching her. She deleted the photo instantly, went back to filters, tested it again. Now 3 faces appeared. She ran out of the room. Over the next few days, Snapchat kept sending her alerts. Auto capture. Face detected. Auto capture. 2 faces detected. Auto capture. 4 faces detected. She was always alone. She reported the bug to Snapchat. They told her auto capture wasn't a feature. Her account had no such activity logs. Then one night, she woke up to a sound. Not footsteps, not whispers, clicks, like a camera. She opened her phone. No apps were running. But in her memories folder were 6 photos taken between 2 a.m. and 2:05 a.m. Each one showed her sleeping. In every photo, a new face appeared closer to her bed. In the final photo, they were smiling. Story 9. Her Snap score went up after she died. Tyler's little sister, Emily, had passed away in a car accident just 3 weeks earlier. She was only 17. The family was devastated. Tyler had been close to her. She was silly, energetic, always on Snapchat. After her funeral, Tyler would sometimes open her account, just to look at old stories, hear her laugh again through saved videos. But then one night, something changed. He opened her profile just like usual and saw that her Snap score had increased. +3. He stared at it, confused. Nobody had access to her account. She was dead. Her phone had been turned in to the police. So how was it possible that her account was active? That same night, he got a Snap from her. It just said, "Don't cry. I'm still here." He dropped the phone, called his mom. She said, "Tyler, please don't do this. You're scaring me." But he wasn't imagining it. The message had been real. He tried replying. No response. He checked her Snap map. Her Bitmoji was in motion, just slowly drifting down their neighborhood street. Then it stopped. At their front door, the Bitmoji stood still for 10 minutes, then disappeared. Later that night, he heard footsteps in the hallway. No one else was awake. He grabbed his phone, opened the camera to record, and just for a split second, in the mirror behind him, he saw her. Same hoodie she died in, same long braid, same quiet smile, just standing watching. He turned, heart pounding. No one was there. Snapchat sent a notification. Story added, Emily_2006. He tapped it. It was a black screen, with her voice whispering, "I'm not where you think I am." The Snap disappeared in 10 seconds. Her account was deleted the next morning. By someone. Snapchat said no request was ever submitted. Story 10. The man in the background wasn't in the room. Jasmine was at her best friend Hannah's apartment. Just the two of them, watching horror movies and eating ice cream like they always did on Saturdays. They took goofy selfies on Snapchat throughout the night. At around 11:30 p.m., Jasmine posted a short video of them laughing on the couch. Later that night, someone replied to her story, "Who's that man behind you on the left?" Confused, Jasmine opened the Snap. There was no man, just her and Hannah on the couch. But the person who replied sent a screenshot, and when Jasmine zoomed in, her stomach dropped. In the dark hallway behind the couch, standing half in the shadows, was a tall man in black, expressionless, staring directly at the camera. He hadn't been there. They knew no one else was in the apartment. They would have heard footsteps. They would have noticed. Jasmine paused the original video. The man was there for only one frame, like a glitch, or like he'd been caught by accident. She showed Hannah. Both of them started panicking. They locked all doors and searched every room, every closet, every corner. No one. Jasmine deleted the video immediately, but Snapchat still showed that 3 more people had seen it. Even though she only had 2 viewers before deleting it, she thought it was a bug, until one of those 3 viewers, someone she didn't know, sent her a private Snap. It was a picture of her and Hannah's apartment building, taken from across the street, with the caption, "Nice lighting tonight." She blocked the account instantly. Then they heard it. A soft knock on the balcony door. They were on the 3rd floor. There was no balcony, just a glass door that opened to a steel railing. They slowly approached, pulled back the curtain, and saw nothing except a handprint on the glass. Not a regular one, a bloody one. She deleted Snapchat that night. But weeks later, she got a notification from her Memories tab. New story autosaved. It was a still frame from that night. And this time, the man was smiling. Story 11. I got a Snap from my future self. Ryan was getting ready for bed when he got a strange notification from Snapchat. "You have a new Snap from @RyanOfficial_2087. He frowned. It was almost identical to his own username, just with extra numbers at the end. He assumed it was a spam account, but curiosity got the better of him. He opened it. It was a video. A man, blurry, pale, exhausted, staring into the camera. He looked just like Ryan, only older, more drained, eyes sunken. He whispered, panicked, "Whatever you do, don't go to the basement. You haven't gone down there yet, right? Good. Don't. Just don't." The video glitched and cut off. Ryan sat frozen. He lived alone. And yes, he did have a basement, but he hadn't been down there in weeks. Ryan replied to the account. No response. He checked the username again. It had disappeared, like it was never real. Still, the warning echoed in his head. Don't go to the basement. So naturally, that's all he could think about. Later that night, he heard faint knocking from below. Maybe pipes? Maybe old heating? But then he heard a voice. His voice, calling from the basement. "Hey, come down here. It's okay now." He grabbed his phone and opened Snapchat. Recorded the basement door. No sound. No movement. Then he noticed something on the app. His own Bitmoji was now frowning and holding a flashlight. That wasn't normal. He hadn't updated his Bitmoji. Then, without pressing anything, the camera switched to selfie mode. His face filled the screen, but he wasn't holding the phone. Someone else was. The screen froze on a final frame, his terrified expression, before the app shut itself off. When he looked at the camera roll, there was a new video autosaved, and in it, the voice whispered again, "You didn't listen." Story 12. The group chat no one remembered making. 6 high school friends, Mason, Tyler, Rachel, Jade, Aaron, and Lacey, had a close Snapchat group where they'd send memes, snaps from class, and embarrassing selfies. One morning, Mason woke up to a new group created on its own. We.never.left.6. Same 6 members, but none of them had made it.
No admin.
No group creator. The first message came at 3:03 a.m. while everyone was asleep. It was a blurry black and white photo of all 6 of them lying in a circle on the school gym floor. Eyes open, pale, unmoving, dead. Everyone denied making the group. Tyler left it immediately, but was added back seconds later. Lacey said she got a snap from Mason at 2:58 a.m. that just said, "We're stuck." But Mason had been asleep. His phone was charging across the room. The group kept sending more images. One of Rachel's bedroom, but no one had taken it. One of Aaron's backyard, showing footprints in the snow, leading to his house. Jade tried deleting Snapchat. The group still showed up the next morning, outside of the app, in her phone's default messaging inbox. Same name, we.never.left.6, same photos. Then they got a video. It showed them, standing together, but unmoving, as if frozen. One by one, their heads turned toward the camera. In unison, they whispered, "You shouldn't have left." And the final message came, "You've all already died. This is the part where you remember." The group deleted itself moments later, and by the time the police were called, 3 of the 6 had gone missing. Their last Snap Map location? Their school gym. Empty, cold, but still echoing with the sound of notifications. Story 13. Snapchat opened by itself and started recording. Liam had just gotten out of the shower when he noticed something strange. His phone, which had been on the dresser untouched, was unlocked, and Snapchat was open. He figured maybe the fingerprint sensor accidentally triggered, but as he approached, the app started recording by itself. Front-facing camera. His damp face slowly came into frame. Shocked, confused. Then the screen froze, and just before the app closed on its own, he saw something move in the reflection behind him. Something in the mirror. Something that wasn't him. Liam backed away from the phone, opened the camera roll. There was a 6-second video saved to his memories, automatically. He tapped it. The video started with his face, and ended with another face, behind his shoulder, distorted, smiling. Snapchat had captured something invisible to the eye. He went to delete the app, but Snapchat said, "This app cannot be deleted. Try again later." He turned off the phone, turned it back on. The app was still open, and the camera now wouldn't stop recording. It recorded the walls, his bed, the hallway, and once again the reflection appeared in the glass. A figure, pale and tall, getting closer. He threw the phone in a drawer. It buzzed. A notification popped up. New story autosaved to memories. That night, he went to sleep at a friend's place. When he returned the next morning, his phone was still recording, and one final video had been saved, timestamped 3:13 a.m. It showed him sound asleep, and the pale figure now sitting on his chest, smiling into the lens. Story 14. The voice note kept changing each time I played it. Sophie received a Snapchat voice note from her best friend, Kayla. She was used to Kayla sending voice rants about college stress, relationships, or random funny moments. But this one was different. It was short, just 5 seconds, but the tone was chilling. I saw it again, behind the mirror. It's in my house now. Sophie called her instantly, no answer. She played the voice note again. This time, the message changed. Same voice, same tone, but the words, "You shouldn't have opened this. It's yours now." Sophie froze. She hadn't imagined it. She played it again. Now it was Kayla screaming. No words, just terrified, blood-curdling screams. Each time she replayed the voice note, it was different. Sophie thought maybe the audio file was corrupted. She screen-recorded the playback and sent it to a mutual friend. The friend replied, "Why would Kayla joke like that? This isn't funny." Sophie tried calling again. Kayla's phone went straight to voicemail. Sophie visited her apartment, but the door was locked. No lights on, no sound. Snapchat showed Kayla's Bitmoji as active, though. And then a new story was posted. A dark hallway, flashlight flickering, a mirror at the end. Caption, "It's watching me too." Kayla's account was deleted 5 minutes later. No one could reach her. Her apartment was later found abandoned, with the front door open and mirror smashed to pieces. Sophie deleted Snapchat, but the next night, her phone played a voice note on its own. No app open, no message received. It whispered, "We told you, it's yours now," and she hasn't slept since. Every night at 2:14 a.m., her phone plays a new scream. Story 15. The snap that predicted my death. Jason had always joked about how Snapchat knew too much. Filters picking up faces in empty rooms, Snap Maps stalking people, and Bitmojis moving without reason. But nothing creeped him out more than the snap he got at 12:47 a.m. from an account he didn't follow.
No username.
No profile pic. Just a video. He tapped it. It was footage of himself, walking home from work. Same street, same clothes, same backpack. But the weird part? He hadn't taken any video. And in the snap, 15 seconds in, a dark figure stepped into frame behind him, then lunged. The video cut to black. Caption, "This happens in 2 days." Jason laughed it off at first. Maybe someone was stalking him. Maybe a prank. But no one came forward. He rewatched the video at least 30 times. It wasn't fake. The details were too exact. Even the coffee stain on his sleeve. He checked his memories, his phone storage. The video wasn't recorded on his device. The next day, he walked a different route home. Nothing happened. Then, at exactly 12:47 a.m. the next night, he got another snap. Same account. No name. No image. New video. This time, it was inside his house. In his bedroom. He was asleep in the video. And standing at the edge of the bed, the same figure, now closer. No face. Just a silhouette. Next snap came with text. "Tomorrow night. Don't sleep." Jason didn't sleep. He stayed up with the lights on, locked every door, kept a bat in his hand. 12:47 came. Silence. Then his phone buzzed. Final snap. A live video of him, right now, from across the room. The screen shook violently, as if someone was running toward him. He turned around, and everything went black. His phone was found the next day, screen cracked, camera still active. The last saved snap? A dark room, and a shadow sitting calmly where Jason used to sleep.